I have imagined 100 ways to possibly start this talk. And I imagined if I were meeting someone new, how would I introduce myself? So we would exchange our names, and then would come the tricky question. What do you do? Right. What do I tell them? That I'm a slow living practitioner who is a low waste advocate, trying to be mindful, and is an ecopreneur for a living? That sounds strange even to me. How do I explain to this new person I met that these are just big words for something simple? Just like I almost backed out from this talk when I listened to the theme, and it took me hours of Googling and some fantastic convincing to make me understand that it's quite simple. Now, I would want to impress this new person I met, right? So I tried telling them more about what slow living is. Is it walking and talking at a slower pace? What? No. Yes, it is exactly that. Each day, I try to take slower and slower steps. That's a good start. And then what happens? Then nothing. You eat, talk, and walk at a slower pace. That's it. Yeah. There is nowhere to go. Just be. And do what? Do everything slow. Now, the listener would be so frustrated with me for not getting to the point. What point would be the question in my mind? Ideally, I would tell them that not everything needs to have a point. Just like in Carnatic music. You pick a raga and you sing for hours and hours to your heart's content, and then you move on to the next raga. Instead, I tell them more about what I do. So, over time, I have built a routine around me that allows me to live slowly and mindfully. Every morning, I wake up and I think of my guru in slow living. I'm so lucky that she lives with us. Our child, Neelu, is teaching me to enjoy life each passing day, to savor life one sniff at a time. So we like to start our day with a walk where she stops to check on each leaf and stone. Since she lets me tag along, I have also started to look forward to these walks. I pick up autumn leaves and press them in my book, perfectly knowing that the colors will eventually fade. While she checks on squirrels, I check on insects and mushrooms. Both our ears sharpen when we hear a new bird or the monkeys up the hill. Neelu likes to take her sweet time to pee, sometimes saving her pee as if it was sacred. She would walk and sniff and find that perfect spot to poop. Neelu loves to be in the sun and in the mud and in the grass. She would run outside when it starts raining. Neelu believes that she is a peacock, and I don't like to burst her bubble. In the evenings, she likes to chase little maratumbis and lizards. The most important aspect of her day is her sleep, of course. So she is teaching me to rest, not just my body, but my mind too. Mostly it's just therapeutic to watch her lean out of her window, looking outside meditatively for hours, as if someone had promised her that they would come. After our walk, we sit with our katan chaya for some time. And then soon the day starts getting busy as everyone has to get to work. I like to start my work day by listing out all the tasks assigned to me so that I look back at a certain week and I know what work I had accomplished. I like to take small breaks during my work day, and during one such break, I like to read 10 pages of a book. The other day, I was reading a beautiful blog called Nyaraparam. It is about the tree. The writer has described how her grandfather, even at 90, would climb on the sunshade and pluck the fruits. When the grandfather passes away, the tree sheds its skin for the first time in mourning. That made me tear up. And I remembered a scene from the movie Aranyakam, where when the Apuppan passes away, all the crows that he regularly feeds come and pay their respect. I like to correlate and engage in these trains of thoughts. Over time, this slowness has also seeped into everything I do. I have started to take the bus more. I don't know. There is beauty in waiting. I'm also writing letters more, the old fashioned way, in inlines and postcards. Me and my grandma, we write to each other. She tells me about the books she's been reading, funny details about the guests who visited her that week, and I tell her about the flowers that bloomed, the fruits I plucked, birds and butterflies that visited. I'm just over romanticizing. There are no fruits where I stay. We live with monkeys. We have an unsaid understanding of what belongs to who. But even without the fruits, I'm happy that 2022 is the year I wrote and received the most letters in my life. When I was in school, every morning I would put on my pinafore, braid my hair, tie that blue ribbon, and my amma would make these delicious rice balls for me and my brother. While we have that for breakfast, she would narrate to us stories until it's time for school bus. And at night, we get another turn of stories from Achan. I have witnessed my parents read, refer, discuss with each other, prepare for these story times. It's such a lovely memory that I hold on to. During summer vacations, we would tear off carefully the unused pages from old notebooks, bind them together, and make new ones. It was magical. Growing up, we regularly had power cuts during evenings. And all the kids would leave their homework inside and come play badminton on the road. The parents would light cute candles on the compound walls, sit around, watch us play, and talk to each other. We would wait the whole week for Sundays to watch a movie in the afternoon. Life moved like a flowing river. Growing up, somewhere along the way, I lost that pace. So now I'm trying to wind myself back slowly and carefully like a cassette tape. I have noticed that when you slow down, when you're not in a rush, you shop better. The other day, I was wearing a dress and someone complimented me on it, and I casually mentioned that my friend Aparna had made it, and they were so surprised. Like the jewelry I'm wearing now was made by Meera. She handmade it with terracotta with detailings of Theyyam. She made this exclusively for this event. I know who made my laptop bag and my footwear and this sari. Think big and shop small. These days, when I see something interesting and I want it, I make a list and note it down. And then I wait. I wait for weeks, and if I still have the same fascination for it, then I make the purchase. This habit has affected my financial health positively. I make almost zero impulsive purchases. The beauty of it is, I don't just make the purchase, I also make friends with the makers. Majority of the collaborators in my PDGA, my business, are women, fellow ecopreneurs like me. We are a community, we are a tribe now. We root for each other, we cheer each other, we buy from each other. Sometimes we like to share our wardrobe with each other, which is one of the most intimate things to do. Other times, we write to each other. This general mood of happiness and peace has affected my health better. I eat better, more slow and raw food rather than those crowded inside a pressure cooker. I don't treat my body like a machine working according to an alarm. I wake up when I open my eyes. I wait to feel my hunger. I drink water when I feel thirsty. I take a bath when I feel the need to. You see, when I started listening to my body more, my menstrual cycles are regular with lesser and lesser discomforts. I have also noticed that with slowness comes some unlearning. One of the major unlearnings of my life is how we all have been told that another woman is your competition. You all must have gotten a sense of how I feel now. I believe in sisterhood. I feel that every woman in my life is my strength, my inspiration. I'm also trying to break away from the cycle of hard work, hustle, and who did better than who, sacrificing on sleep and mealtime. Growing up, I was under the notion that that's admirable, not taking one day off from work. I'm also reading and listening to Tao these days. Tao means flow. Instead of trying to control everything happening in life, let life happen to you. Let life surprise you. Believe in the flow of life. With slowness, you become less wasteful. You become mindful of many tiny, tiny things. I have observed that I notice ants crawling now like never before. I walk carefully lest I stamp on them. Just like how I would add work meetings and events in my calendar, I have also started adding meetups with friends and cousins, visiting grandma to my calendar as well. I have also started planning more meaningful gifts. When I don't rush out, I remember to take my water bottle, my bag, and all other items that would help me say no to single use items outside and reduce my waste generation. I feel absolutely no shame in carrying that leftover pasta home from restaurants in my own dabba. I have some very skilled cobbler friends in town, and I believe in repair before replacing. Sometimes I disconnect to connect. These past 2 days, I have been on a digital fast. No phones, mails or messages, no Netflix, no Prime. I have been enjoying my quiet. I also unsubscribe from unwanted mails, unwanted energies, and people who are spreading these vibes. My skincare and hair care routines are way simpler and less overwhelming. I'm body hair positive, and I have finally stopped fighting my natural hair texture now. I embrace my tiger stripes and strawberry bumps. I have started processing my grief more responsibly, and I don't try to hide my sensitivity anymore. It's wonderful, isn't it? how all of these are connected, and yet we were too busy to notice. Ironically, my life now has become like a journey in an electric car. It does me absolutely no good to look sideways and panic at someone speeding at 140. I have found to benefit the most when I'm moving at a steady pace. Do I get range anxiety? Do I doubt if I'll make it? Yes, yes. But instead of pushing harder just then, I take more rest. I pull over to recharge, cool down, have a hot coffee, reimagine the whole situation. I remember asking my amma as a kid how to become successful in life. And you know what she did? She showed me the movie Padayappa. She asked me to observe how Rajnikant is agile and moving very briskly. I could tell that my amma started climbing stairs 2 steps at a time after watching the movie. It works for her. She's a classic multitasker. I mean, the woman has been a mom to two very different kids for the past 30 years. But it's not for me. I might take double the time to climb the stairs, but I'm doing well too. I lost my job during COVID times and I was unemployed, dependent on my family for about 8 months, not pretty. And I started fresh. I started something out of my comfort zone. For some time, it felt like I was wasting all those years I spent in colleges because this is an entirely new direction. I went ahead anyway and I wiped my slate clean. I founded a slow business with a single product in a Kutti unknown Instagram page. Now we have more than 20 listed products, more are in the testing. We have served more than 1,000 happy customers. We have had some unhappy ones. We are learning, we make mistakes. We have two wonderful people working tirelessly for PDGA. We are hiring more, we are growing. Most importantly, I don't feel the rush to achieve something. I feel happy, at least most of the times. I'm at peace. I look for love each day. I try to find joy in simple things. Being grateful comes more naturally to me now. You know, I wrote this talk on an evening, not sure where to start, sipping my masala chai, listening to a flute rendition of Raga Malkons, with the sweet scent of my favorite flower, Gandharajan, in the air. And I was looking down at the keyboard, and the bluish white lights made me feel like I was on a beach somewhere at night with some soft showering of moonlight. Wait. இதெல்லாம் ஓகே கண்ணா, கேட்க நல்லா தான் இருக்கு. Future plan என்ன? An uncle who had joined the party would interrupt me, and I would enthusiastically start again. Oh, I want to learn natural color dyeing, leaf eco printing, pottery, maybe sign language. I can imagine the disappointment in that uncle's face. But I'm going to stick to my plan. I'm going to take the pace of nature. I would like to quote something from a book that I read when I was 17. New in a city, walking the streets at night, trembling inside, tasting independence for the first time. Oh, I remember that girl. It goes something like this. Be like the flowing river. Silent at night. Be not afraid of the dark. When there are stars in the sky, reflect them back. When there are clouds in the sky, remember clouds, like river, are water. So gladly reflect them back too in your own tranquil depths. Thank you so much for listening to me.